Hey guys, Gary here, going to be talking today about The Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 16, Conquer, and this will be my thoughts about the amazing season finale, and I must say, before I start, this will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episode, don't watch, but as soon as you do, please head back here, and I'll tell you about my thoughts. So, the episode starts off with our fan favourite, Morgan, and it was really great to see him. It's been a long while coming to waiting to see him in a full episode type thing, and it was just great to see him. He wakes up in the car and he's um he's got a campfire going. He starts making food, and then this guy comes out of the woods with a W on his head, and straight away you're going, "Oh shit, Morgan's gonna get captured here." If you think back to the last episode when they found up those body parts, what looked like Morgan's remains, this is where I started thinking, "Oh shit, why have they gone and killed Morgan right here?" And it was a bit dark when I was thinking about it, but yeah, it was great to see Morgan and this guy talking, and you can tell this guy belongs to the Wolves. He's got the W on his forehead. We got to hear a bit of an origin about the Wolves, and it was good to finally see someone from the Wolves because we've all been waiting for it for so long, and now that we finally got to see stuff what's going on, it was great. And straight away, this guy looks so shifty. He has the gun to Morgan, and he's not letting Morgan's about to drink his cup of soup type thing, and he's like, "No, you're not having that." And Morgan was like, "I'll die without it." And it's just like, you could tell Morgan was that so calm. You could tell he had something planned, and next minute, like this guy jumps out from behind the bush with a knife. Morgan has these reflexes and ducks, and then he picks up his cane and he knocks them both out with his cane. It's just brilliant. He's like a friggin' ninja, and it was probably the most badass thing just to see him with a stick. And he picks up the guy's gun and he's about to shoot this walker that comes out, and he finds out he's got no bullets in it. So Morgan takes out the walker with just a stick, and it was brilliant, and it was really good to see. And then obviously he locks them in the boot of the car, and then or in the car, and he pressed the horn to maybe attract walkers so surrounded. So you just shows you how smart Morgan is and how bad he is. But I'm surprised he didn't kill them. But we find out a bit later on in the episode he's got a new look on life. Morgan, he's more happy. He's gone. He's not the season 3 Morgan we saw who didn't really give a shit. So it was really great to see him. So then we have our scene with Rick, and Rick's just woke up after being KO'd by Michonne, and Michonne's in the room with him, and they're having a bit of a conversation, and just he's forgiven straight away because he knew he was a bit out of control, and still a bit of tension between them both in that scene, but it was really good to that Rick wasn't actually that sorry about it, what he'd done, to be honest. Um, you get Carol coming in with Glenn, and I think it was Abraham, I can't really remember, but they were talking about the guns and like, why didn't you tell me? But it was Carol who was saying to him, Carol trying to still cover her tracks type thing. And I thought, she's just amazing, Carol. She's like one of my best characters now. She's just playing mind games all the time. It's really good to see. She was like, they all want to know why they weren't in on it, and Rick just wasn't really explaining himself that much. When they all go, the Carol comes back a bit later on with another gun for Rick, and Rick keeps hold of it. She's just saying these things, putting words in his head type thing, and that's what I love about Carol. She's dead manipulative. It's really good. You just knew at this point in the episode that Rick's gonna do something stupid because they told him that his hearing type thing is night, and that's gonna be where his fate is decided. And we all knew they're not gonna kill Rick, but they could have exiled him, which would have been a really good storyline. Also in this episode we have the troubled Sasha. When we first see Sasha, she's taking walkers, and she looks like she was gonna bury them, and you can see that she started burying a few, and she goes to put another one in and slips in, and it was just so weird the way she started lying down with them and like falling asleep in a grave type thing. It was just very, very weird, but it was awesome to see. Even being honest, it was quite funny. I thought it was a really weird scene, but it just shows you how Sasha's not coping and she's not mentally stable at the minute, which could be due to post-traumatic stress, and she's just not coping, which I think will be a big factor in season 6. Will be Sasha trying to snap out of it and get used to the surroundings. One of my best things about this episode is we got to see a lot more of Daryl and Aaron's adventure. It was just really good to see them bonding because they seem to be getting dead close. That's good for Daryl to get close because, he was another person who wasn't going to cope with the safe zone, but now he's out in the wild. He really likes it. You first see them where they're looking at someone with a red poncho on, and they're going to follow them, weren't they? They were going to follow him, but Aaron said he's already gone, type thing, and so they're following like a new track, and they see like an abandoned factory type thing, and they go in. They see a van, and Aaron thinks, "Oh yes, there might be canned food in there. This is probably going to be a great find," type thing. And they open it, and it was full of walkers, and the walkers with the W on their heads, and they all get out, and they're overrun, and they're killing walkers, and they both get in the car, and it turns out like they're trapped, and Adam finds a note saying bad people are on the way, and you're like, oh shit, this is not gonna turn out good. And I thought, yeah, this is it. This is gonna be where a Daryl death moment here. Maybe I was actually quite worried for a minute. They're just in the car. They're trapped. They're nowhere to go. Basically, they're just talking, and Daryl's saying something about the safe zone, and Aaron's talking to him too, and Daryl lights a ciggy up, and then Daryl says, I'll go out and try and kill a few and you make a run for it. And that's where I thought, oh shit, Daryl's going to go out like a hero. But at least he goes out like a hero. And just as they're about to make a run, but before they make a run for it, Aaron says, no, we'll fight together, which I thought was great. And then as they're making a run for it, boom, Walker splattered everywhere. It was a great moment, and I thought, oh shit, the wolves are here now. They're gonna get them before they even escaped. It turns out it's Morgan, and it was just great to see because the Morgan helps them fight it away, and they both get outside. They lock the gates, and they're talking to Morgan, and they're spanking him about Aaron spanking him and telling him there's a safe zone if you want to come with. And Morgan's like, no, I've got my own little quest type thing. The Morgan gives him a map and says, can you help me out type thing, and that was great. As soon as we give them the map, Daryl notices Rick Grimes, and but did you know? And that's it. Then you're like, oh shit, yeah, Daryl's gonna explain now. But did you notice when when Morgan said his name was Morgan, Daryl had a look to say, that name's familiar. That I'm sure Rick's told me about a Morgan, and that was it. That was the look, and I was like. I was like, maybe Rick has off screen, obviously, has told him, and Daryl probably know, because obviously he's going to come back with all these weapons in season 3. Do you remember? Daryl was going to go, and Daryl would have went, who got you those weapons type thing, you know what I mean? So obviously they must know, but also there was a look with Morgan when Morgan saw Daryl's crossbow, and I think Morgan knew that was one of his, and I think it was a bit of a thing now where they know, yeah, we're close. It was just great to see all three of them all together, because that's like we've all been waiting for to Morgan to get to the safe zone, and we knew that would be the way it's happening. Now, another big moment from this episode was Nicholas and Glenn. Now, there was a scene with Glenn talking to Maggie, and you see Nicholas giving Glenn a pretty evil look. And it was at that point you think, oh, something, he's up to something here. And after Glenn's talked to Maggie, you see Nicholas jumping over the fence, which is what I don't get. Why would he jump over the fence when he could easily just walk out the safe zone? Because the gates are open, and they seem to let anyone come and go. You're not trapped in the safe zone. But maybe it was just to get Glenn's attention. It was the thing then. Glenn's walking through the woods trying to find him, and you just hear bang, gunshot, and Glenn hit the floor, and literally my heart just like sank. It was like, oh shit, Glenn. And it was just good to see where Nicholas went to find his body and Glenn was gone. I thought, no, Glenn can't be dead and turned that fast. I'm saying that, how fast the chain turn. But no, it just wouldn't have happened. So I was like, yeah, he's up, he's around somewhere. And Nicholas is trying to find him, and they're both on each other's tail. And Glenn manages to get him, and they're beating each other up. And it's pretty brutal the way the friggin' Nicholas just kept punching Glenn and Glenn's wound type thing, and Glenn was in agony, and they were both battering each other, and it was just really good. And then there was that walker came, and Nicholas throws the walker on top, and it turns out there's 3 walkers on top of Glenn. I thought, yeah, bye Glenn, this is, you're not going to get out of this one now. It just, the scene went, and I was like, no, just as it cut. But then later on, you see that Glenn's escaped it, and he catches up with Nicholas, and he batters him again, and he puts a gun to Nicholas's head, and he says something. He's saying like he can't do it, and he's gonna spit. He couldn't do it. He spared them, and he says, "You let Noah die," and it's just a big thing. And Nicholas said that he doesn't belong, which I suppose he doesn't belong no more because of like he's all the people who've died because of him, basically on the runs. But Glenn's like took him back to the safe zone, and that was quite a big thing for Glenn to spare someone. But I don't think Glenn's actually killed a human being, has he? We haven't seen him brutally kill someone on like that. Not that I can remember. So I reckon he should have. It would have been a great changing point. But you just don't want to change Glenn at the minute, because Glenn's been a great character this season. That's a weird thing for me, because I haven't liked Glenn since season 2, since the mid season 3 maybe. I stopped liking Glenn for some reason. His character sort of changed, and the second half of season 4, when he was out Maggie and he was just trying to find her, he started getting a bit better for me. And since then, he's just become again a good character, and I hope he stays like that, because everything he's doing is just great. I can't wait for season 6 to find more about what's going to happen with Nicholas, because he's another one who could get executed for his crimes. I think he'd admit to Deanna that what he done, but I don't think they'll execute him. Maybe exile him. Maybe they'll have a prison sort of thing where they put him in jail for his crimes. But I can't see that. So maybe Glenn will just keep things quiet and give him another chance. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Then we have that scene where Abraham visits Tara in hospital, and Rosita's there, and Eugene's there, but Eugene's asleep, and Rosita goes, "He's asleep. Come on in," and he sits down, and she drops something on purpose, obviously, to wake Eugene up. They both. It was a really nice scene, because they're both talking, and they both apologise for what they did. So it was really good to see them apologising to each other, so that they can be friends now again, mate. But they probably won't get as close as they ever did on the journey they've had. But at least they've sorted things out, and that they're in talking terms for now. But yeah, I'm glad it happened, because they're both good characters together. And I know the actor who plays who plays Eugene, Josh McDermott, has said that Michael Colditz is one of the best people to work with, and they are really good friends. So it'll probably be good for their friendship on scene, probably just like real life chemistry type thing, I can imagine. And yet again, this woman Carol has had basically another genius scene where she's threatening someone. This time it was Pete. Not the best person to be threatening, but it was brilliant. She had the knife to him. She just saying shit to him, like she's not afraid of him. And it was just perfect. Carol has to be the best female character at the minute on the show, maybe even in television. The actress deserves an award. She's just brilliant. She's one of them, Carol. She's going to be around for a while. I can see that. I hope she survives season 6. If she doesn't, I'll be disappointed, because I love Carol. She's amazing. Yeah, just everything in that scene, it was just really good. She was threatening him. She was like, just in his face. And Pete was a bit like, he was a bit scared himself. Well, who wouldn't? She's a very scary woman. But yeah, it was just really good. The best keep her alive, because I'll be very disappointed if Carol dies. I will riot. Now, let's talk about Alter Dick. Yeah, Father Gabriel. Now, for the past few episodes, he's been public enemy number one, and he with fans and even with Maggie and Deanna's a bit dodgy or wary of him. But in this episode, we do see him go out of the gate, and it was a bit of a strange moment, where you're like, why is he going out of the gate with no gun? And he's saying the God's the only protection he needs. But he comes across those walkers. I must say, looking out for Gabriel, that was zombie killer of the week. He pulls the rope, takes the walker's head off, and boom, hits it. And it was just really good to see. When he does get back to the safe zone, you can tell something about him's changed. He's a bit upset. He's more angry. He goes into the church and Sasha's there, and they're both getting into a bit of a argument type thing. And they both fight, and I was like, "What? I'd never imagined that. I never even imagined they would do that." But it was just great. They were both having a fight, and I thought, "Yeah, Gabriel's just gonna die here. No, nothing special with Sasha. She sleeps with walkers. No, not like that. That's dirty." And yeah, it was just really great to see. It was an interesting scene and something you just wouldn't expect. Oh, I must go back. When he does come back from being outside, he talks to Spencer. Spencer says, "Could you shut the gate behind you?" And he shuts it. He just slams it and it does unlock. So he did make a mistake there, and he's just a bit of an idiot for it, to be honest. But yeah, when he does go to the church and he is fighting with Sasha, and it's just a really, really weird scene, and it's powerful, and I saw a gunshot go off and immediately thought it was from the outside in. I didn't know whether any Spencer was in the friggin' church block shooting down, but no, it was. I got told it was from Sasha's gun, so I didn't really know that. It had me thinking for ages, and I honestly thought, yeah, Gabriel's gonna die. But a bit later on in that scene, Maggie walks in and it all sorts itself out, and it looks like they're sitting there praying. So they're gonna fix what they have, and Maggie will probably keep a dead close eye on Gabriel, and it's going to take a lot for everyone to forgive Gabriel, especially what he's done to the group. He sold them out, basically. So, stupidly, after Gabriel forgot to lock the door, Rick's on his way to the meeting to talk to Deanna and the people, before he notices the gate's open, so he checks the gate and he sees a bit of flesh and blood on it, so he knows there's a walker in there somewhere. So he goes on a bit of a run looking for it, and he eventually finds it, and it was just brilliant to see him tackle a walker and fight it. It was really dark. It was brilliant. It was something. You wondered, oh, what's he gonna do with this walker? I honestly thought he was gonna do a Shane. Where in season 2, when Shane takes as the walker and he's shooting it, and he says to Herschel, "Look, they don't die. This is not normal." And I thought that's what Rick would have done as a presentation, basically, for Deanna, to show her it's not like what they think. It's much worse. And his original plan at the meeting was gonna, take someone hostage by a knife and set an example type thing, even if they had to slit a throat, which I thought was pretty brutal, but it was great to explain. And it was just Rick. Rick was just amazing in that scene, and when he shows the walker and he shows everyone the walker he's just caught, and he's saying, "Run!" Deanna goes, "Someone get to the gate and sort it out in the tower," and it was just shows you how unorganised they are in the safe zone, and they do need Rick and the group to make everywhere stronger. When Rick's giving his speech at the campfire and he's talking, he gets interrupted saying he doesn't belong here by Pete, and Pete's got Michonne's sword, and you're like, "Oh shit, what's going to happen here?" And Reg goes over and says, "No, Pete, don't." As Pete pushes Reg out of the way, the poor bastard gets sliced in his throat. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so dark." And I like the old man. He wasn't bad, was he? He knew what he was doing. He was a good guy, and he just didn't deserve to die like that. It was pretty dark. So as he's dying, it was he dies out, he bleeds out obviously, and someone's got I think it's Abraham who has Pete to the floor type thing, and Deanna looks at Rick and says, "Do it, execute him." So that's a changing point that for the safe zone, because now she's gonna allow it. They're gonna get stronger just by allowing Rick to kill Pete. As soon as Rick killed Pete, it was good, but the only downside was I would have liked it a bit in my head when I found out what was going to go down, because I did read spoilers. It's what I'm like. I can't resist. I imagined it being completely different, with Pete on his knees, basically with Rick's gun to his head, basically begging for his life type thing. And I thought it was going to be a bit more pleady, and it just wasn't how I imagined it. And I imagine that, being able, a bit like, where we saw Beth actually get a headshot. I thought it was going to be a bit like that, but I think it was just because so we could see the expression on Rick's face. But it was still great anyway. It's still a good scene, and it was a really good finale. And as soon as he pulls that gun, he looks around and there's Morgan with Daryl and Aaron. And Morgan has this look on his face where he looks a bit disappointed in what he's just seen, because now Morgan has a new look on life. He's gonna be a bit like a Herschel type character, Morgan, in season 6, hopefully. Yeah, he just didn't really look happy. Now, before I finish, I just want to talk a little bit about the Wolves, because we didn't get to see much. We only saw two really people from them. Remember earlier on in the episode where Aaron and Daryl saw this guy in a red poncho? Well, we see the Wolves take that guy to their hideout, and they see the hideouts overrun with walkers, so they basically slit this guy's throat. So we know they are serious business, but we didn't get to see much. We don't know how many of them there are. Now, a lot of people are going, oh, they're not bad if it's just two of them, but obviously it's not going to be just two of them. There's got to be a bit more than that, you know what I mean? Because if they're going to be the new rivals, then it has to be, doesn't it? But they do seem like they know the business. They do seem dead smart, and especially when they find the photos of the safe zone, and you just know, oh shit, it's just going to go down here. You just know that there's going to be a battle. Now, do you reckon it's going to be a bit like season 5 premiere, where it's going to go down first episode, or do you reckon it'll just build into things? Because I don't want it to be over like The Hunters in 3 episodes. Maybe it'll take us to mid-season finale. Now, that'd be pretty good, because if it takes us to mid-season finale in season 6, then we have another 8 episodes to explore on the back, so it's not all about one enemy like Woodbury. But I just don't know how they're going to do it. So yeah, that's it for this episode, for this review, guys. It's been a great season, and I've enjoyed reviewing all the episodes for you. And thumbs up if you liked the episode, thumbs down if you didn't, and comments on it. I want to know your thoughts. And also, please subscribe. As always, guys, head over to the Walking Dead fan base and be involved in the discussion. There's going to be loads to talk about because of this finale, and it'll be good to hear your thoughts. Also, if you're watching this on the Walking Dead deadtalk.com, please click that subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow with a top 5 episodes of the season and maybe a season 6 prediction video. I'll see you later. Goodbye.